Welcome to today's edition of Inside the Madden NFL, where we will be giving our final preseason preview of this London Black Knight team. And this is a team where the hype is starting to build a little bit in the third season under head coach George McLean, and consequently the third season of this franchise's existence. As although this team was viewed as one of the worst, if not the worst in football all of last season, they ended the year on a 3-game win streak, all against the division, including 2 wins against the Giants and a win against the Cowboys and the Eagles in the second half of the season. And so the expectations for this team are certainly starting to get higher than they have been in the first couple of seasons. But with the hype and the expectation of success, there really becomes an added bit of pressure. And many are wondering if quarterback Tyson Cohen can truly perform under this pressure. This is the best set of weapons he's ever had, with, of course, now third-year wide receiver Doug Odom still leading the helm in this offense, but with second-year receiver Paul Campbell hoping for a breakout season, and of course rookie tight end Dalton Bullocks, the weapons group is better than ever. And rookie tight end Dalton Bullocks was really turning heads in camp, making many plays, and he's kind of been a fantasy sleeper for some heading into the season. But we all know how tough it is for rookie tight ends to produce. But offensively, this certainly is a team that hopes to take a step up over being, a bottom 5 unit each of the last 2 seasons. The run game has never really been much of a problem for them, but they need to pick it up in the pass game, and a lot of pressure is on Tyson Cohen to do just that. Defensively, this is a unit that showed a lot of improvement in their second season, and that was expected under a defensive head coach George McLean. But they were not content with what they had. They decided to spend their first round pick and add what many coaches see as the missing piece for what could be a very top end unit in the league. They have what many consider to be the best linebacking core in the league, and they just wanted to beef up the defensive line in front of them so that they could roam free and do what they do on a down-to-down basis, as those 2 guys running the middle are really the cornerstones of this defense. But they're also expecting a lot out of second-year corner Anthony Torrance, coming off a year in which he was one of the best defensive backs in all of football, hoping for even better things in year 2. Special teams-wise, the London Black Knights are returning with their 2-time Kicker of the Year award winner Dawson, as well as a new punter, which they are very excited about. Of course, the buzz of the offseason was the change in the playbook. Now, they did not fire their offensive coordinator, but rather brought in some other coaches to help influence the playbook, as they didn't see the need to change coaches, but they did want to help refresh some of the third and long playbook situations. The team also brought in a number of veterans throughout training camp to hopefully mentor and help boost the development of their young players. Now, we only saw this starting team play for 1 quarter all of preseason, but the hype was looking real as they outscored the Jacksonville Jaguars 14-0 in that quarter, made numerous plays on both sides of the ball, and don't look now, but some experts are predicting a playoff appearance for the London Black Knights here in year 3. That would be a massive bump from what we've seen in the past, but those are the vibes around this team, and we'll just have to see if they can deliver come the regular season, which is, of course, just around the corner. But in that one quarter of preseason, that rookie tight end Dalton Bullocks surely showed why he is so hyped up by those within the organization. So as we start to finalize this preview, what are your thoughts on the Year 3 London Black Knights? Are they overhyped as being a potential playoff team? Will they fall short and end up with a record much like they have had in the first couple of seasons, being well below 500? Or could this be a team that sneaks in and grabs one of those wild card spots, and who knows, maybe could even make a little bit of noise come playoff time? This is a very tough division to win, with the NFC Super Bowl team being represented by this division each of the last 4 seasons, with the Cowboys and the Eagles at the top. But with the new playoff format of 7 teams making it, it's very plausible to have 3 teams from a division make the playoffs, and that's what many are hoping can happen here in London. The fans are ready for the season to begin. The players are ready for the season to begin. The coaches are ready for the season to begin. Everybody seems anxious to see what will become of this Year 3 London Black Knights squad, particularly on the defensive side. They showed a lot of promise as being a much improved unit last season, and really hope to just build on that even more and go from a team that was kind of just playing not to lose last year and hoping to pick up some wins along the way, to playing like a team that feels like they can compete with everybody and playing to win, being more aggressive. And sometimes that's going to result in some turnovers and maybe some bad plays, but at the end of the day, when you feel more confident, good things can happen as well. Not everything's going to result in poor play, as we see Tony Dawson there with 99 kick power. Good night. He came into the league with less than 90. But a lot of excitement for this team. I am certainly excited to see where this can go. I think playoff expectations are not unwarranted. We saw what this team could be against some pretty good competition late in the season last year, and yes, a lot of that involves some turnover luck, and that's not something you can count on a game-by-game basis. But I think at least being playoff competitive, even if the team doesn't make it 8 and 9, just making it out, I think would also be considered a successful season. Just want to see another leap, much like we saw in Year 2 by the end of the year over that Year 1 squad. For much of the Season 2, it looked like it was going to be more of the same, but they ended up turning it around by the end. And hopefully we can continue that momentum into Season 3, which will be starting soon. And I will see you then.